Hello, viewers all over the world. This is Prophetess Trizah, your main host on African Woman Open Talk Show, which is a program that targets on African women all over the world. The continent doesn't matter. What matters, it's your spirit. Are you African kind of spirited woman? Do you feel like the society has suppressed you, depressed you? You know, they make you not to move mountains because they make you feel like you have, what I normally call Holy Spirit Junior, and it makes you feel that only men who can do it. Let me tell you, I'm here with good news to tell you that you're a woman of power, woman of courage, woman of confidence. Don't let anybody lie to you that you can't be something, you can't be somebody. Don't remain down thinking you're nothing. You are something, something incredible. Without a woman, I don't think this world will be filled with people as it is today, because a woman carries a child for 9 months, and this already proves that God created a woman with an assignment, with a purpose. So what's holding you from moving above? That is why we're here today, in African Woman Open Talk Show, which I expect you to subscribe on this channel of Prophetess Trizah, share, like, and leave your comments. So today is another day whereby we are kind of continuing with all what we have been talking about, because all these topics, they're tied with each other. Remember, our main goal is to empower a woman with courage and confidence. So last episode, we were looking at the story of Ruth and Naomi, and whereby we are saying Ruth is a woman who is incredible because she managed to break through the barriers. And I am here to tell you, you're going to break barriers. Everything that is blocking your way to your destiny, it is a barrier and needs to be destroyed. Whether it's something materialistic, whether it's people who surround you, whether it's the society, it is the culture, it's the religion, it's the ethnics, it is racial, it is gender. You should not allow it to put you down. That's a barrier, and that barrier needs to be broken. And how do you break the barrier? Remember, I said, you're going to make a choice. And once you make a choice, decision, and I'm speaking of a decision with a sober mind, it's needed. And once you make this decision, then you will need courage to move forward with it and not allowing the wrong people who surround you to bring your decision down. You're going to stand with what you believe. And when you move forward, the confidence that God has given you will push you to the next level. But don't forget, it is very key. If you're going to break barriers, you're going to have faith. And you will need faith in God and faith in yourself. Because if you don't have faith in yourself, nobody is going to have faith in you. So it is very key for you to have faith in yourself and in what you're planning to do or the route that you're planning to take. Because many other times, we struggle with life, and it normally causes humiliation and pain and shame because we handed over our lives to people to run it. And we lost ourselves in that. You have to know when God creates you. Cool, I'm your prophet. But at the end of the day, you've got your life. I'm just there to give you prophetic directions. I'm there to guide you. But I'm not going to come and run your marriage for you. I'm not going to come and run your job for you once you get it. But I'll keep praying for you so that the enemy may never come in between you and the blessings God has given you. But you got a role to play that you have to push through. Work diligently, and you will see yourself moving into levels. So last episode, somebody asked me, what does it take to arise as a woman and get there? And I answered with what I've just answered right now. But one thing I want to add on that is that you have to know that my story is different from your story. And one of the things that makes people not to break barriers, it's because they become too comfortable with what everyone who is around them believes in. But it comes a time where you need to take a different route. Everyone is moving to the left. and nobody is moving to right. And people are scared. Everyone who is going on the left, there's somebody who is feeling, I need to go right. But because everyone is saying this is the best route, no one is ready to take that chance of moving to the right. So who is being awaited to take this route of right? It is you. So it comes a time where you have to walk alone. And I don't want you to mistake me because I said it is important to go with somebody. What I meant, you need a mentor, somebody who speaks to you, who encourages you, who believes in you. But when it comes to the decision you have made, you have to walk through it by yourself. You get a job, your mentor is not going to come and work with you. Your mentor is there to encourage you, but you still need to make a decision and say, you know what? Come rain, come sunshine, I am moving with this. When God called me to be a prophet, he did not tell me that you'll also run a church. He just told me you're a prophet. But along the way, the church appeared. And he said, you're going to run a church. How? I started feeling like, me, a woman, running a church? I'm not even a pastor. Prophets don't run churches. How can I do it? And the Lord told me, you know what? Obey my word, and you shall eat the goods of the land. All you need to do, again, is to obey the voice of the man who stays in you. But you got to ask yourself, who is this man that stays in you? The Holy Spirit. You need that good spirit that stays in you to speak out, to show you the route, and trust the Spirit of God inside you, because God wants the best out of you. So at the beginning of the universe, the world, the creation, God created a man, and then he gave him the paradise, the gardens. But he looked at the man and he realized this man can't do by himself. And he said, this man needs a partner who will help him because he can't do it by himself. Why I keep on saying to women, we don't have to fight men or compete with them. You just need to wear your shoe. Men don't wear high heels. We wear high heels. So wear your high heels. March down there as a woman. And you will make it. You know. So anyway, today, why you see me alone here, it is because I have a crowd. And they want to ask me questions. They have some questions from, social media, from our platforms, what people have been asking, from our networking. So they just want to ask me questions right now. But before they can come in and start asking questions, I just want to take a short break as I take a glass of water, and I will be right back. But before I take the short break, one word for you. Woman, you are created with power. You are a mountain mover. You can move any barrier that is upon you. Don't be in a marriage that is abusive because of the society, because of the religion. I thank God I'm a prophet. And I've said it clearly. Don't come to my church or come to me and tell me to preach to people that they must stay in an abusive marriage. No. I say no. And that is one barrier that I want women to break. You are so scared of walking out of that marriage because of what people say, because of what they think about you. But at the end of the day, if you lose your breath and you lose your children without a mother, ask yourself whether those people that will be there to love your children the way you have loved them. Anyway, women, we are barrier breakers. We are mountain movers. We can call it short. We can be anything we want to be. Just wear a good attitude positive attitude, because your attitude determines your altitude. I love you. Remember to subscribe, share, like, and leave your comments. I will read them and I will answer you. I will be right back after this break. I love you. Viewers of African Woman Open Talk Show, this is Prophetess Trizah right back after the break. Remember, we are looking at issues that faces, women they face. We are looking at an African woman, and the continent doesn't matter. I hope you have subscribed, shared, liked, and you're going to be leaving your comments right down there, So we are saying that as women, we need to break the barriers that blocks us from moving forward and, taking authority, taking high-level seats, taking high positions, whether it is in politics, it is in economics, it is whatever it is that we need to move, that men can do, that we can also do. And we are saying we need to do without necessarily stepping on the toes of men and not also competing with them, but just being the women that we are. You just need to be a woman prophet. Don't try to be a man. You just need to be a woman president. You need to be a woman politician. You need to be a woman business person. You don't need to be a man. Sometimes I get so disappointed when I hear women giving, compliments or on a woman who is doing very well, and they say, hey, she's like a man. Look at how she's doing things. No, she's just doing it as a woman. Who said only men can do things in a greater way? No. And these are the things we are saying as African women. We need to take our position without competing or without trying to bring the men down. We just need to do things with how God has created us, because God created us with his own image. The only thing I always say is that you always have to remember that when you're home, the man is the head of home. And that's different. That doesn't mean that he's the head of you in your office. He doesn't even work in your office. Some of you don't work together. But when it comes to the structure of family, because that's what the Bible is speaking, for those who follow the Bible, it speaks of the structure. And I will be talking more about this on the marriage open talk show, open talk that we'll be having on Saturday. This coming Saturday, we will be having an open talk on, marriage. It will be at our church, Rema the Faithful Church, behind Mikocheni Shoppers Plaza. All you need to do is to register, but you're not paying anything. We just want to know how many people are coming so that we can also prepare something for you. So, biblically, when we say that the man is the head of the home, we are speaking of family. We are not speaking in offices. We are not speaking in parliament. We are speaking only on the structure of home. So remember to let your husband be the head of home. Let him be the head of your home. But it doesn't mean because he's the head of your home, you become a slave, and where you are beaten every day and where you are destroyed and it kills your confidence as a woman. No, we are saying no to abuse. We do not allow that. Just because the man is the head of home, you don't have to sit and let him kill you. There is so much for you that you don't have to, to allow anyone to destroy the purpose and the assignment of God upon your life. I can see Naki on the other side. She's raising her hand. Yes, let me hear the question, please.
Thank you for the opportunity. My prophet, you talked about abuse. I want to know, as a mother and as a wife and as a woman of God, what is your point of view after the news of the death of Osinach, who was a gospel artist in Nigeria? Not only was she a religious artist, but she was also an African woman.
The truth is, I really don't know her entire story, but according to social media, it shows she was on a marriage that was filled with abuse. Mm-hmm. And it caused her death, even though the media has not spoken clearly exactly what killed her. But what I would say, if she died because of abuse, somebody somewhere failed. So either she failed to tell the truth, but according to social media, people knew. Or the spiritual covering, the spiritual father or mother, plus the parents, they might have failed by telling her she has to keep on staying there, even if she dies, let her die there. You know, instead of seeing there is fire through the door, and they should just ask her to jump through the window, because I don't believe Jesus, us who believes in Jesus, and even other people who believe in God, that God created a woman to become a drum for the husband. God created a woman to be like a flower to the husband. You know, and us who follow the Bible, that's what the Bible says, that a woman is to be loved. And where there is love, there is no abuse. But you find sometimes these men who are abusing the women, they're also going through some mental battles. They're also mentally disturbed. They also need help. So most likely, the man needed help, and even herself, she needed help. But I've seen that people, they run to the church, and then the servants of God, they're always there to tell them, no, you can't quit. You have to stay there. I have a case, like a daughter in my ministry, whereby she came from a place where the mother was telling her, you will stay in this marriage even if you die. It is okay, I'll bury you, but you can't leave because you chose this man.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, I did not choose to be killed. I chose to have a good life, because for us who believes, the Bible tells us that marriage is a gift and it's something that should be beautiful. It has struggles. It has some, you know, some issues. Let's say some issues. It has some things that can really sometimes discourage you. But as long as you know you're working towards the goals of making it work, then it will work along the way. But when abuse comes, clearly there's a need of help. And if the help is not working, then it is time for you to move out. You know, even God spoke to Abraham to relocate from where he was, from the city he was, to move to another city so that he can be able to partake his blessings. So maybe this woman needs to take a break first and let this man see whether he really needs her or whether they need each other. And then once the environment is different, then the woman would, you know, be happy. So I really don't believe, as a woman of God, as a mother, I have daughters, and as a prophet, I don't believe it's God's desire for any woman to be destroyed by a man in the name of love or marriage. So this should stop. And this, I say to women, don't be quiet, speak. Just don't be quiet, speak. Yeah, you have another question? Did I answer you right?
Yes, thank you so much. I also wanted to ask, this is not only an issue that is affecting the religious sector of Africa, but it also is affecting women in general, no matter the religion or no matter where she comes from. I wanted to ask, why is it that African women are still pressured to stay in a marriage or relationship where they are being abused? And even when they are told or influenced to do so, why do they choose to stay?
Sometimes it's because of different situations or different circumstances. I've seen like prominent women being abused badly, but because they're scared of their career, they're scared of their profession, that they will be seen as losers. Because in our culture, when you get divorced or you separate, it is always a woman, and a woman is seen as a failure. So you find a woman persevering in a marriage just because she doesn't want to be seen as a loser. Or sometimes it is the man himself. He knows, if my wife leaves me, then my career is destroyed, or my profession, wherever I am. So they have to keep on acting that they're happy, but yet they're not happy, just because of covering. And this is what I always say. if if you if you become famous on a ride of evil or what is not good, at some point there will be shame, there will be humiliation. So, because you also find there's some women, they can't live because they come from poor backgrounds and they have known this good life through this man and through this marriage.
Yes.
So they're like, if I leave this man, where do I start? And already I walked out of the shame of poverty and I'm living in the riches. So they would rather sit there and die. But what I want to tell this woman is that it is laziness that maybe is keeping you there. Because you can move out of that marriage and you can work hard. You have brains, you have everything it takes, and you can make it in life. So all you need to do is to make a choice. Make the right decision at the right time. I repeat, move with courage. God is your helper. Jehovah El Gibor will help you. He's your mighty helper. Don't depend on people to help you. Because some of those people, they're also sucking your blood because they're eating from the same plate with you. Because when you have money, they can joyride on that money. So they will never ask you to get out of that place. So for you to be able to break this barrier of abuse as a woman, and it's not just a barrier of abuse, it is a barrier that blocks your happiness, your peace. You are not living your life, you're living a life of others. Because the minute you live a life to please others, it is no longer your life, it is a life of others. So I go back to where I started. Make a choice. Do you want to live until you die and leave your children motherless? Or do you want to make a choice that I can work, I can start from the scratch, and I will move slowly, and I know I'm going to make it one time? I always say, sometimes the things we go through, pain can motivate you to become a great person. I was once married, and I was emotionally abused badly. And I had had a big wedding. It was wedding of the year in 1998. Beautiful. 12 flower girls. 12 maids. But I stayed in that marriage. And I kept on feeling, I can't. How will be my family seen? It will bring an embarrassment to my family. I went to the priest. The priest said, no, it is together until death do your part. But it's until one day, I was almost to die. There was a birthright. But I don't like talking too much. But one of these fine days, I'll speak, because now my daughter is grown. She's a woman. Because I've been protecting my daughter by not talking too much about it. And I realized, wow, death is just like this. And I made a decision without looking at my mother, without looking at the society, without looking at how much I was spending in the wedding, without looking at anyone. I just walked away. I even had to ask my neighbor to give me clothes. I borrowed from her, and I marched forward. And I prayed to God. I said, be my helper, you know the truth. And this is where I am. But I took time to heal because I stayed single for about 10 years before I could get married again. But I remember when I made a decision I'll get married again, I said, the way that society, the people talked so negatively about me, tried to destroy my name, called me a loser, called me a prostitute. I said, I'm going to prove to you I'm not the one who was on the wrong. I will work hard. I'll educate my child. The man refused to help my daughter completely and the daughter. I took care of my daughter, which I'm still doing, but thank God. She got a father who's also now been playing the role of a father. But that pain that I felt of being called names gave me strength. It motivated me. It gave me power to walk through the season of my pain. It was a key to move into new levels. I worked hard and I said, I'm going to get married to a better man. I prayed. God showed me the kind of a man I'll get married to. And I went to God telling him the kind of a man I want to get married to. He gave me the best. And I thank God for that. And you can make the same decision. That pain of the names, receive. There's some pains you have to walk through them. There was no escape. I won't lie to you that when you quit, that it's going to be any better. No. You will receive names. You will be whipped. Even your own family, they will give you names. But guess what? So if today you call me a dog, do you think me I'll be a dog? Do you see me barking like a dog? So even if somebody calls you, I don't know, a female dog is called, I think, a bitch. Do you think you're going to bark? You will move. Ask yourself how many names you've been called as you're growing, but you still grew up as a child. Some pains are worth going through them. You'll go through pain, but guess what? You have your helper who is God. You will overcome it. You have women like us who have already gone through that path. We will lift you. We'll encourage you. We will build you. But listen, somebody, I'm not here to encourage divorce, but I'm here to discourage persistence of abuse in a marriage, tolerance of abuse in a marriage. No, that's not your thing. So that's one barrier that women, we need to break it. And how do we break it? Again, make the right choice, make the right decision, move with courage, be confident with that man who lives inside you, who is the Spirit of God, and you're going to be happy at the end of the day. You will overcome pain because you are born and created as an overcomer. Women will carry pregnancy for 9 months. And guess what? To give birth, whether it's through cesarean, whether it's through normal, it is painful. But we do it again and again. I have 3 biological children through the same pain. But it is worth when I look at those kids and I'm like, wow, I will do it again and again. So you can do it, woman. Don't let people keep you in pain. That one is not worth. The pain of because you want to please people, that's not worth for you to stay in a place where you're going through pain just because you want to please your parents, your servant of God, your pastor, your who. Hey, they don't live with you in that house. And the day all your teeth will be removed, they will not be with you. I love you so much and God bless you. And I'm praying for you that you will overcome all this. God bless you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on the 11th of June, which is going to be our 6th anniversary for DOZ, Daughters of Zion. I have a big surprise for you. I have a token for you. You know, this woman is so generous. So please don't miss for anything. I love you so much. And until we meet in the next episode, shalom. Remember to subscribe, like, share, comment. But the most important, don't just subscribe and like. Listen and let it transform your life. I am here because I've been called to transform you, to become a better version of you. God bless you. Shalom.